Hey everyone, welcome back to the College Algebra playlist. In the previous two videos, we took a look at polynomials. So we defined what a polynomial is, and we also learned how to add, subtract, and multiply polynomials. Alright, so we're going to save dividing polynomials for a future video. Okay, that's an upcoming topic. In this video, I want to look at multiplication some more, and look at two special patterns that arise in the examples we see. Perfect square trinomials and the difference of squares. So let's dive into it. Okay, here we go. Perfect square trinomials. Here I'm asked to square the binomial. Okay, so I'm going to take a plus b and raise that whole thing to the 2 power. Alright, so I'm going to apply that power 2 to each piece of the sum, and we get a squared plus b squared. Now I've just made a mistake. I'd like you to pause the video for a moment and ask yourself why this is incorrect. Okay, what's the mistake here? We have an exponent rule that says a times b whole thing squared equals a squared b squared. So we take the power 2 and we apply it to each piece of the product, ab. Okay, but the rule says to do that for a product. Okay, there's no exponent rule that says to take this power and apply it to each piece of the sum. Okay, that rule doesn't exist. So that's the mistake we see here. A plus b whole thing squared, we need to view that this way. Okay, it's a plus b times a plus b. So we know how to handle this. In the last video we looked at FOIL. Right, so we know we can use FOIL to get rid of the parentheses here. All right. So my firsts are a times a, so that gives me a squared. My outers are a times b, so that product is ab. My inners are b and a, so that product is ba. And my lasts are b and b, so that product is b squared. Okay? Take a look at this BA right here in blue. I'd like to rewrite that as AB. All right, I can do that by the commutative property of multiplication. So now we can see more clearly that AB and AB, those are like terms in red here. Okay? So AB plus AB equals 2AB. So the final result we get is a squared plus 2ab plus b squared. This result on the right-hand side, this is what we call a perfect square trinomial. These are going to become important when we talk about factoring. And it's also important when we talk about quadratic equations. But we'll save those topics for later. All right, save those topics for a future video. This is a perfect square trinomial, and we can use this as a formula to work out other examples. Okay, here I have x plus 3 whole thing squared. So this formula here tells me what I can do to each piece of the sum here, right? And we can get rid of the parentheses without using FOIL because of this formula. Okay, so I have x squared, right? X is like my a, and 3 is like my b down here. Okay, so we have a squared, so we have x squared plus 2ab, right? So we have plus 2 times x times 3 plus b squared, right? So we have plus 3 squared. All right, let's clean this up a little bit. And we get x squared plus 6x plus 9. So that's my final answer. This is a perfect square trinomial. Next, let's take a look at difference of squares. Here I'm asked to multiply the binomials. Okay, so once again, we know how to deal with this. We can use FOIL to get rid of the parentheses. My firsts are a times a, so that's a squared. My outers are a times negative b, so that gives me minus ab. My inners are b times a, so that gives me plus ba. And my lasts are b and negative b, so that product gives me negative b squared. Okay? let's take a look at this BA in blue, and let's rewrite that as AB. And we can see here that the negative AB and the positive AB are going to cancel. Okay, so they cancel additively, which leaves me with 0. So I just have a squared minus b squared here. All right, a plus b times a minus b equals a squared minus b squared. So this expression on the right, that's the difference of squares. Okay? We can use this on a concrete example. Let's do y plus 4 times y minus 4. The difference of squares formula tells me that I can take this number in this first lot here, right, y, and square it, and then subtract this number squared. Okay? So y is like my a, and 4 is like my b here. All right? So we get y squared minus 4 squared. And 4 squared is 16, so my answer is y squared minus 16. We can see how using the formula is faster than using FOIL. So these two formulas we have are useful in the upcoming problems. All right, that does it for this video. Thank you for watching, and like and subscribe.